originally from the University DTM lab. The paper I will review is IoT in healthcare or scientometric analysis. First, this is the bibliographic information for the paper. This paper aims to simultaneously explore the front of research and practice. The contents are the same as the structure of the paper. The role of information system has expanded significantly, particularly in the healthcare industry. In parallel, research on IoT has also grown rapidly, especially in studies applying innovative products to healthcare. However, review on IoT application in healthcare remain scarce and more existing studies have relied on bibliometric method to examine the literature. Unlike previous research, this study aims to simultaneously examine both the research domain and practical application of IoT in healthcare to assess their alignment. Furthermore, it analyzed research and patent trend topics over time to investigate any time asymmetry between research and practice, ultimately aims to offer more practical insight for both practitioners and researchers. This is literature review. First is IoT in healthcare. Although IoT has been widely adopted across various industries, it remains a relatively new technology in the healthcare sector due to strict regulatory environment. The advancement of wearable and smartphone has enabled IoT-based healthcare devices to make the traditional healthcare systems smarter and more patient-centered. Therefore, in healthcare, IoT can be defined as a digital network of smart devices and physical objects used for collecting, monitoring, and controlling healthcare data. These IoT innovations help hospitals optimize information flows, enhance communication with patients and families, and integrate patient data across connected institutions. Next is the scientometric analysis for exploring research and patent front. According to Gartner estimate, every 2 years the IoT device market will double in value. An open and bi-directional flow for idea and information between academia and industry is essential to boosting innovation in healthcare industry. Therefore, this paper aims to fill this gap by applying scientometric method to analyze academic publications and patents data. Here, scientometric refer to the discipline that apply quantitative analysis to scientific output such as publication, patent, clinic trial, and research grant. Next is the material and method. This paper set the state of the art for IoT in the healthcare sector and simultaneously examine the research domain and the practical domain. To this end, the dimension database was systematically searched to identify an academic publication and patent related to IoT in healthcare from 2015 to 2020. The first is the data collection. This paper collected data for 1999 to 2020 by searching for Internet of Things and Health within the title, abstract, and keyword field. The analysis narrowed the time range to focus on the period after 2050 when IoT began to grow significantly in the healthcare sector. An only journal article and conference proceeding were selected, excluding other document types. As a result, 4,432 publications and 4,208 patents were collected. Next is the data analysis. The first is scientific production. This paper analyzed the annual and country production of publication and patent to assess the development and reliability of the IoT theme. And it also discussed the role played by key organizations and especially by discussing the difference between research and practice. The second is trend topic. In this step, this paper analyzed the time distribution of each topic, assigned a representative year, and build a graphical visualization based on it. To do this, keywords are extracted and refined for each title using the bibliometric R package. Then a metric is constructed showing the frequency of each keyword appearing in patent and publication by year. Next, for each keyword, the median first quintile and third quintile of the frequency distribution and calculated, and each keyword is assigned to its median year of occurrence. Through this process, this paper combined topic, patent, and publication to analyze how research and practice are aligned or exhibit time asymmetry. The third is conceptual structure. In this step, this paper analyzed the conceptual structure of publication through bibliometric analysis and identifies research cluster. To achieve this paper constructs a keyword network using the co-occurrence of keyword and applied the Ravine algorithm to extract semantic clusters. A bidimensional metric based on column centrality and density is used to visualize the importance and development degree of each theme. Themes were classified into motor, basic, emerging, declining, and niche themes, and the data were divided into two time periods to analyze semantic evolution. Next is the finding. The first is the annual production. Figure 2 shows the annual scientific production. It indicates that rapid growth of the IoT theme has begun over the past 6 years. Figure 3 jointly shows the annual production of publication and patent related to the IoT in the healthcare sector over the past 6 years. Over the 6 years from 2015 to 2020, the number of articles has steadily increased, reaching a peak of 1,458 articles in 2020. The second is the country scientific production. Figure 4 shows patent and publication production and country level concerning the IoT in the healthcare sector. IoT in healthcare has become a global research topic but remained a niche in patent. The third is the key organizations. Table 1 presents the analysis of major patent and publication producing organizations. The most productive academic institution and Indian university such as Anna University VIT. Key organizations producing the most IoT patents in the healthcare sector include Samsung and IBM. Table 2 reports the top impactful 10 Samsung has IoT patents that registered in different countries to extend the right coverage internationally. The first is the trend topic. This step analyzes the trend topic of patent and publication over 3 periods to understand the evolution of IoT in the healthcare sector. Looking at Figure 5, the topic covered by the research and indicates in blue, while those addressed by the patent are in red. To increase the readability of the graph for each year, only the first 5 topics are reported in decreasing order of frequency. Next is the semantic evolution. This step presents the result of the semantic evolution analysis of publication across 2 periods. Based on Kellan centrality and density, motor dim, basic dim, emerging or declining dim, and needs dim were identified, and by comparing the semantic map of the 2 periods, the evolution of research dim were traced. The first is the motor dims. Motor dims are highly relevant and well developed in research as they have high level of centrality and density. Looking at Figure 6 and 7, it can be seen that the cluster initially centered on A's during the first period as evolved into female and middle age. The second is the basic dim. They are low developed in research but very relevant dims. Looking at figures, telemedicine appears in both periods. Examining the paper within this cluster shows a change in health service delivery. The third is the emerging or declining dims. The emerging or declining dims are formed by less important or poorly developed dims in research, and these occur in 2 moments in the life of a topic, that is when it emerged or declined. During the period 1, electronics was the most frequently used keyword. This keyword is related to electronic equipment used for health research in the environmental field, and in the period 2, it was replaced by environmental monitoring as the most prominent keyword. In the period 2, pandemic was identified as the keyword within the highest occurrence. However, since this dim is temporally limited, it is currently considered an emerging dim but may eventually evolve into a declining dims over time. This evolution in research reflects the fact that although attention to environmental and health issues has always been important, there has been a growing research trend in the past 2 years that place greater emphasis in environmental issues for human health. The first is the niche themes. Niche themes is a highly developed topic but not very relevant in research. In the first period, cell phone and decision support system appeared most frequently, while in the second period, environmental monitoring appeared most frequently. The fifth is the central themes. In the first period, it can be observed that the user computer interface is located at the center of the map, while in the second period, there are no central themes. Next is the conclusion. This paper employed scientometric methods that ensured the reproducibility and verifiability of the result and verified the trend and degree of alignment between research and practice by utilizing both scientific article and patent. And future research could explore additional data sources such as grant or altmetrics. It could also study how niche themes evolved into central themes and how emerging themes impact the industry and jointly represent the research and practice front, though a two-dimensional metric.